Good morning. Good morning. This is Christopher coming to you with another vlog here. Been away for several weeks. It's Medicare season, open enrollment, and that's what I was doing. So I had to recuperate. We're just 10 days away from Christmas for 2018. I've been in the house, haven't been doing anything. As you can see, a little scruffy here. So, but you have to let the body rest when it's that time, okay? A lot of things have happened since I was gone for me in the insurance industry. One of the companies that I was with was called Settlers Life. They went out of business since the last time I did a vlog. They went out of business on November the 7th. I had been with them for a number of years. Settlers was a great company. What I enjoyed about Settlers is that they had a program for kids. And when I used to do a bunch of door knocking, that actually got me into clients' homes. I used to call it my 10-20-10 pay. For 10 years, at $20 a month of insurance, for $10,000 or more, you can cover your child. And it allowed me to get into the door. Well, that has since gone out of business. So what I substituted that with is with the Mutual of Omaha. They don't have a 10 pay for the kids, but they do have a pay for the kids that is so affordable. You can get something for some of the kids for like about $5 a month. It's a great program, and I like that. But I got emails from some people who have watched the different blogs that I have, and then I got some calls from agents that used to work for me or work with me. I was just their upline, they were my downline. Before I begin, let me just say this though. This is for agents who are in the business, who are looking at getting in the business, or agents who are struggling in the business. I'm not here to try to get you to come and work for me. No, I've been there, done that though. No, I just want everyone to exceed. So, and there's 3 companies that I would definitely tell you that they definitely stuck out with me that I was with. The first company that I was with when I decided to do final expense was a company called Senior Life Insurance. They're out of Georgia. Great company. Great company. They're ran by the Powell family. Great company. I wasn't there long, but they are a great company. The products that they have, look, bar none, is great. I can definitely tell you that. I'm never gonna knock any insurance company, no matter what. In this business, you don't do that. It's called karma. Karma is a dog. When it comes back and bites you in the butt, hey, you're gonna definitely feel it. But Senior Life Company was great to me for the short time that I was there. The Powell family actually used to be one of the #1 companies for Lincoln Heritage. They were the #1 agency in Lincoln Heritage. All right. It's the Powell company. I think the father is Dale, and the son, I think Dale Jr. Dale Powell Jr. I think. I'm not exactly sure, but anyway, the son was actually in a go-kart mobile accident, and he's paralyzed. I talked to the father quite a bit, when they were trying to break into the Miami, Florida area. Yeah, by the way, like I said, we're 10 days away from Christmas, and my car says it is 75 degrees outside, and I am in shorts. As you can see, I'm in shorts. So for you people that are in the Northwest and in these snow-covered places, I feel for you. But hey, it's always sunny down here in Miami. I can tell you that right now. You know, last week we had some cool breeze weather, and I enjoyed it. But look, like I said, I haven't been out of the house in a while. And I'll tell you what I'm doing. But, you know, but the Powell family and Senior Life Services, they were great to me. If you need a company that give you leads, well, they don't give them to you. But if you need a company where you need leads, then they will front you leads and then you just pay them back. Now, a lot of that, let me just say this though, a lot of that depends on the manager. That is key to it all, the manager. If the manager is a butthead, then guess what? You're going to be struggling. All right. So, and I've been in this business since 1988. All right. That's when I initially got licensed in 1988. And I spent my first 12 years with MetLife. That's where I learned everything that I needed to learn about insurance. It was a great experience for me. While I was a police officer, I was doing insurance, and look, I made 7 figures doing insurance. Then I was chasing bad guys and getting shot at and all that though. So, and as you can see, my law enforcement days are over, but I still do insurance. All right. I'll do this until the day the good Lord calls me home. Now, segue into my second company that I enjoy. And that company is called Lincoln Heritage. Lincoln Heritage is another company that I give kudos to. Lincoln Heritage product, all right, it is so good. It is so close to nearly, how can I say it, standard and then guaranteed issue. That's how close it is. And if memory serves me correctly, I think with Lincoln Heritage, I think they accept clients who have HIV, who's been diagnosed with HIV. But if I'm wrong, look, I'm just going by with what I think it is, because I haven't been there so long, okay? But what I think it is. But if you want to join Lincoln Heritage, look, if you look in on the final expense, you know, on the YouTube final expense, there's a young lady in Pennsylvania. Contact her. I tend to see her on the blog. I listen to some of the things that she says, and I have to agree with the things that she is saying. I don't know how long she's been in the business, but as a veteran who's been here for 30 years, if you want to get in touch with her, I think her name is Christine L. Contact her, you know, see what she has to say. Maybe, you know, she can help you if you're in the Pennsylvania area. I don't know about the other states, but look, call her, see what she has to say, and then go from there. That's my second best company that I enjoyed. And then my third one was a company out of Kansas City called Old American. Oh yes, Old American is a great company. They were great for me, but me and the manager, the volume that I was submitting, I don't think he could have handled it. Because like I told him, I said, look, I'm not depending on your leads. I generated my own leads. At the time, that's when you can use robocall. I still have it, my own robocall, and that's what I used to do. I used to get the robocall and then just go from there. And you know, but what I used to enjoy is those individuals who had pre-existing conditions. That's how I made my sales. Now I still have my robocall, but now I'm looking at something else now. All right. So those are the three top ones that I would definitely tell you to take a look at. Number one, Senior Life Insurance out of Georgia. Number two, Lincoln Heritage out of Arizona. Lincoln Heritage Insurance out of Arizona. And number three, Old American out of Kansas City, Kansas. Great company. If you submit the business by Wednesday, you're getting paid by that Friday. That was a good thing about Old American. But I left because Old American have a good old boy system. I'm not gonna sugarcake it at all. They had a good old boy system, and no, 90% of their business is with people of color, and at the time they had no color managers. I wasn't trying to become no manager, but I brought it to their attention. When there was an influx of managerials that were hired, people who had no experience, you know, they came from the real estate industry and the mortgage industry, but they brought them in as manager. As a top producing agent, I let it be known, no, that isn't fair. You know, not fair at all. So, but if you want to read about it, just go to ripoffreports.com and look up Old American. And I'm not going to say it on here, but I put them on blast, and they didn't like it. So, and then they had no other choice but to hire people of color for managers, whether it be African Americans, whether it be Hispanic Americans, whether it be Native Americans, everything except the good old boy system. That is why I left them. Lincoln Heritage, I left because I felt as though that the manager that I had, he wasn't a manager, he was a drunk. And he, you know, I'm not gonna say his name, but he was charged with DUI, and he don't know, but I just so happened to be one of the officers on the scene when he got pulled over, and he failed everything, and I couldn't work with him. And when I contacted them to tell them that, you know, this and this happened, they said no, I couldn't change, so I changed myself, and then that's when I went to Old American. Now, what I am doing now that Medicare season is over, I'm getting to a point where I'm tired of going out, you know, belly to belly, face to face and all that, and belly to belly, yeah, dad, you know, hey. So, but what I do now is, in the beginning of the year, I'm looking at taking my business to another plateau, and that is selling insurance over the phone. I have a non-residential license in 8 different states, and that's what I plan on doing. So I'm already aligning myself with companies that I can sell over the phone. And I have another buddy, or let me rephrase that. I have another insurance coworker who's also a police officer, such as myself, that has retired, and that is what he does now. And he sells everything over the phone. So he is the one, George is the one who actually got me really, really into it. And that's what I'm going to do. So for right now, like I said, you know, the 15th of December, I'm taking the rest of the year off. And then by the time I come back with another vlog, I'll explain that to you guys and tell you, you know, how to go about doing it. But until then, hey, I want you to go out there, make the best of it. Whatever you do, do not quit. Let me repeat myself. Do not quit. There is so much money out here to be made. Whether you do Medicare, Medicare Advantage, Medicare Supplements, final expense, a whole life final expense, universal life insurance, index universal life insurance, disability, cancer insurance. That's what the Aflacs and Colonial and Combined and all those. Just find that niche, and when you find that niche, take advantage of it. So, but whatever you do, do not quit. I notice a lot of agents after the second or the third year, they become so dependent upon leads. No, look at some of the other vlogs, or either below or ahead, and see how you can go about doing it. Do some door knocking. Get appointed with companies that allows you to, you know, to use that kind of principle that I had. For a matter of fact, Lincoln Heritage has a 10-pay policy. If they haven't changed now, I've been away from them for quite a while, but if they haven't changed, you know, see if they have a 10-pay policy. Use that. That was something that I just made up. I call it my 10-20-10. 10 years of paying on your premium for $20 or less for $10,000 or more, based upon the child, the age of the child. And what it's going to do is going to get you in the door, number one, as you're door knocking. And then number two, once you sell the parent, then you sell, once you sell the parent on the kids insurance, then you do your needs analysis and ask the parent. Do a policy review. If they have a term insurance, hey, then you go for it. All right. I'm familiar with just about all the insurance companies because I've been in the business, for over 30 years. So, and I know who's offering what because I like to do my research. As an investigator, I investigate things. So, and I do my research to see who's offering what and how much the price is and, that sort of stuff. So, look, do not sell yourself short. Make it happen. We're coming up on a new year, 2019. Go out there and break a leg, not literally, metaphorically. All right, but break a leg and make it happen. You can make $150,000 in the insurance and the final expense business alone. I can tell you that from experience. All right, the highest amount of money that I've ever made selling final expense. Now, final expense was $225,000. Yeah. See, so I knock it out of the park, but you have to be diligently. You have to research, and you have to want that need to learn. All right, because as you're diving in this business, you're gonna make mistakes. Everybody make mistakes, but what you do is you learn from those mistakes. And once you learn from those mistakes, then guess what? Bar none, you'll be knocking it out of the park as well too. The reason why I am talking about those three insurance companies is because I had one of my agents contact me. He decided that he wanted to do Medicare, but now that Medicare season is over, Trevor asked me, he said, "Hey Chris, what are some of the companies that are best to go with for final expense?" And I told him those three that I just named: Old American, Lincoln Heritage, and Senior Life. So there's other ones out there as well too, but they don't if you need leads, they don't supply the leads for you. And that is well, hell, I'm not gonna say the names, but you can figure those out yourself. But yeah, so it's up to you, and once you figure it out, then you go from there. All right. So this is Christopher. Look, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button. If you don't like what you hear, well, look, hey, let's just say it like this: you can't please everyone. This is not for you. Then you don't have to be negative, and leave negative comments below. All right. So, and I will block you. All right, just as simple as that. This is about those agents who are trying to make a difference within their life. So if you choose not to, then hey, so what? We can't force everyone. But for those ones who are trying to make a difference within their life, then you go for it. You can make money out here in this here business. There are over 10,000 baby boomers every day, including myself, who are turning 65. And as they turn 65, a lot of them have had a term insurance. And with that term insurance that they had, it is coming up. And what happens? They have ailments. They have high blood pressure. Some may have been diagnosed with some form of cancer. Some other gout. You name it. But this is where the final expense is going to make a difference at. And the other thing, don't be afraid to ask for that $10,000 policy. That's what I see a lot of agents doing. They go and ask, well, we got $5,000 that we can cover you on. Look, what the heck can $5,000 do for a person in this here day and age? I don't know where you're at in the country, but here in Miami, Florida, the reason why I gave up my agency was in 2012, my mother passed. Yeah, she passed unexpectedly. She was a police officer for 36 years. She had retired, but she passed. And I let everyone go. I gave releases because I wasn't feeling it. All right. I had stopped writing insurance for a while as well too. But the good thing about it though is that I was still getting my residuals from all the business that I had written. All right. So that's a good thing about the insurance business. You continue to get your residuals and, and all that every year. But I say this, don't be afraid to ask for it. You go in the house, you put down 10 different amounts, and let $10,000 be your least amount. As I was saying, though, down here in the Miami, Florida area, when I had to bury my mother 6 years ago in 2012, this is 2018 now, it cost us $16,000. $10,000 for the funeral, or for the mortuary, or the undertaker, or whatever you guys want to call him, and then another $6,000 to put her in her real estate. That's what I call it, the burial ground, but I call it real estate. So that way you don't sound so morbid. And that's what it cost us. So look, if you need to start off at $20,000, then you write that down. You put down $20,000. You put down $18,000. You put down $15,000. You put down $12,000. And then the last one you put down $10,000. And then how you going to close that deal? You're going to say, okay, Mr. or Mrs. Client, to make sure that once they circle it, you say, okay, Mr. or Mrs. Client, to make sure I am not taking bread or food off of your table. I need you to pick a policy that you can afford, because if anything happened to you financially, I don't want this to be the first thing that you guys cancel. You pass it back to them. He who talks first loses. And you shut the heck up, and you do other things. If you need to play with your phone, or you need to pretend as if you're writing something in your book, whatever. And then once they circle it, then you say, okay, Mr. Client, one last thing. Okay, I'm sorry. No, Mr. Client, two last things. I need you to initial that. And then I'm going to need two things from you: your driver's license and a voided checkbook. Soft sale. Once they initial it, then they're going to get their checkbook, and you just start filling out the application. That is how you're going to get a lot of business, okay? So, hey, this is Christopher. Like I said, if you like, then hit the subscribe button, share it. If you have any questions, any comments, leave them down below. If you want to email me, then you can. My email address is finalexpenserep@gmail.com. Once again, it's a pleasure talking to you guys. I know it's been a while, but hey, it's a Saturday out here relaxing, coming to see my father, taking advantage of that. All right. So anyway, you guys have a great one. You guys have a Merry Christmas and a safe and a prosperous New Year. All righty.